Guys, this is why you have to thin your peaches. I know it hurts. It's kind of painful, especially if you're new to peaches. You know, if you bought a property and they had some peach trees on there, and you go, gosh, I don't want to pull all these peaches off of my trees. I want to save them. I want to have all these. You're not doing yourself any favors by not thinning out your peaches. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. When you have too many peaches on a tree, you're going to end up with a gazillion tiny little peaches like these. They're very small. They're also not very sweet. They don't taste very good because what sugar these trees are able to produce is getting dispersed between 1,000 little peaches, and so there's very little sugar in each peach. They're not going to get very big. They're not going to be very sweet. If you have too many peaches on your tree, they're going to start rubbing up against each other. They're going to start banging into each other, and they start ripping the flesh, and you end up with this. You end up with what we call gray mold. And your peaches start to look kind of like that. Okay? And that will spread right through your orchard and wreck your crop. You can see we've already had a ton of peaches that have fallen out of this thing because these were not thinned this year. Now, this is the least of your worries. Okay? This means 1 year bad crop. You know? Okay, next year we won't make this mistake. Next year we'll thin out our peaches so we have a better crop. Here's the problem. When peaches get too heavy, you start running into this. Broken limbs. They get so heavy they snap branches right off your trees. Now this one's not too bad. I mean, they're all bad. You never want to see a broken limb. See here, we got another branch split in half. Now we can prune those off. You know, it kind of stinks, but we're going to lose some substantial scaffold limbs that could produce a lot of fruit for next year. We're going to have to cut those off. They're going to be gone. Still, not the worst case scenario. I want to show you something over here. An entire limb, big limb, substantial, solid limb, ripped right out of this tree. All because we had too many peaches on it. They weren't thinned out. And look at the damage on this trunk. That is significant. And chances are this tree is probably going to have to come down. We might try to milk it out, see if we can get something out of it next year. But that's the worst case scenario, and that's what can happen. So this nice peach tree is basically ruined. So that's the importance of pruning your peaches. You got to do it. I like to keep them 3-4 inches apart so they have plenty of room to grow. They have plenty of air circulation. They're not bumping into each other. It can help to avoid this brown rot fungus, and you can get yourself some peaches year after year. In this place right here, we managed so far to donate about 100 pounds of peaches. I think I can maybe pluck another 100 pounds out of here today. So that's 200 pounds. If these trees were properly maintained, we probably could have donated 2,000 pounds. That's how important it is. Thin your peaches.